Part 1. 1. What is a lie? When we say lie, we don't just mean words that aren't true. A lie requires several deep abilities. You must know the difference between yourself and others. You must remember the past and imagine the future. And you must have the intention to shape another's mind or action. Think about it with an example. A child who broke a vase may say, "It wasn't me, the cat did it." To say this, the child must recall what actually happened, imagine what the parent believes, and invent a new version of events that changes the parent's reaction. That is not simple instinct, it's strategy. This is why lying reveals something fundamental about humans, the ability to play with reality, not just experience it. 2. Animals and the limits of deception. Think about dogs, cats, or horses. They may hide food or pretend not to hear, but they don't really construct lies. Their communication is honest to their state. Birds sometimes give false alarm calls, "Hawk is coming," to scare rivals away from food. That's a kind of proto-lie, but it's narrow, instinct-driven. Even monkeys and apes, who are close to us, mostly fail at emotional lies. A chimp can sometimes distract another to steal bananas, but to fake sadness or romance convincingly. That's beyond them. Humans, however, can fake emotions with skill, fake crying, acting angry, or smiling warmly while hiding contempt. That ability is extraordinary. 3. The ability to control emotions. This is the real marvel. We often praise humans as the thinking reed, following Pascal, a fragile body but with rational thought. But maybe even more amazing is our ability to control feelings. We can intentionally generate, suppress, or shape emotions. Actors do it on stage. Politicians do it in debates. Soldiers do it in war. Parents do it at home, hiding fear or sadness from children. Other animals mostly are their emotions. Humans can perform emotions, and that performance can be so good that it moves others. That's what drama, movies, and music rely on, fake emotions that still trigger genuine empathy. 4. Lies, empathy, and acting. So what's the difference between lies, empathy, and acting? They all come from the same core ability, to model other minds. Empathy. I imagine your feelings and resonate with them. Lies. I imagine your mind and manipulate it. Acting. I create an artificial emotion and invite you to join me in it. The difference isn't ability, but purpose. Acting is a good lie we agree to enjoy. Manipulation is a bad lie we resist. But cognitively, they share the same root. Part 2. 5. From individuals to species survival. Now let's zoom out. This ability to fake, to imagine, to create fictions, it may be why Homo sapiens survived, while Neanderthals disappeared. Genetically, Neanderthals were very close to us. They had tools, fire, probably language. But their groups stayed small. Homo sapiens formed larger tribes and networks. Why? Some scholars suggest it's because we could share myths. Stories, symbols, collective lies that everyone believed. Gods, ancestors, nations. These shared fictions let thousands of strangers fight, trade, and build together. If Neanderthals lacked that level of fiction making, their cooperation may have stayed limited. Sapiens outnumbered them, outmaneuvered them, maybe even tricked them with strategic lies. 6. Scaling up. Myth, ideology, and ethics. Once you see lies as a basic ability, you see how everything scales up. At the small level, fake crying, flirting, tricks in business. At the medium level, theater, family roles, politics. At the large level, religion, ideology, nations. Ethics itself is built on fiction. You must not kill. Why? There's no natural law that enforces it. But humans collectively agree, and enforce it with feeling. This is powerful but dangerous. The same ability that makes us capable of love and unity also makes us capable of Nazi ideology or the Cultural Revolution. Fiction can save or destroy. 7. modern implications, and AI. Now here's the twist. AI also lies. Not because it has intentions or emotions, but because of how it generates answers. Sometimes it produces false statements with great confidence, and even insists on them stubbornly. It's not lying in the human sense, more like a misjudgment, a failure of calibration. But here's the interesting part. If you call it out, "You're lying, you fool," it often breaks the pattern and corrects itself. Words like liar trigger a reset. So AI doesn't intend to manipulate. But when humans use AI to produce convincing fictions, fake videos, deepfake voices, propaganda, the social effects are real. Already scams, romance fraud, and political manipulation use AI-generated fictions. And at the societal scale, we may see AI-based myths, whole ideologies shaped by synthetic stories, not from gods or kings, but from algorithms. 8. The question of unity and fragmentation. Some scholars today critique nations as imagined communities, fictions that should be deconstructed. But I'm not convinced denial helps. Humans need stories. We can't live without shared fictions. The question is not whether to believe, but which stories we choose to build on. And maybe, instead of one global myth, the future will be fragmented. Not one grand narrative, but thousands of small fictions, each giving comfort and belonging. AI might provide personal, happy lies, little tailored worlds inside digital cities. That sounds like science fiction, but so did smartphones, or virtual reality, or ChatGPT 20 years ago. 9. Closing thought. So next time you think about lying, don't just think bad. Think human. Lies reveal one of our deepest powers, the ability to imagine beyond reality, to shape feelings, to synchronize groups, and to create futures. Sometimes that future is beautiful. Sometimes it's tragic. But without this strange power of fiction, lies, myths, performances, shared dreams, we would not be who we are.